What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Player One versus the World for another reaction video. What year it's been so far. We're only in February, but obviously Don't Nod has dropped another little bit of news, and I thought I'd do another reaction video. Did one of these for Square Enix announcing Life is Strange 2. Did one for the Don't Nod Montreal teaser image we got, and I thought, you know what, we'll keep the trend going because it seems to be something that people enjoy me doing, and it's just a brief little talk before, obviously, we do a full breakdown on StrangeCast of this. And just kind of give you a bit of a rundown of a couple of details I've seen here and there. So before we start as well, if you are new here, do please consider dropping a subscribe, like, turn on notification, and hit the bell icon as well. It means that you're up to date with when we drop content. Trying to make this content more consistent on this channel, as you've probably seen at the start of 2023. And we're about 6 subscribers short of 1,000 at the minute at the time of recording. So hopefully we can hit that milestone. It'd be great to get there. And just for context as well, if you are new here, I do host a Life is Strange podcast with my co-host Adam, who did offer to be here, but I said to him, go and work out instead. He just got up, so I was like, you go and work out. Obviously, we'll have a full depth conversation on StrangeCast. And StrangeCast is a Life is Strange fun podcast where we talk about Square Enix, Don't Nod, Deck 9, Life is Strange on a bi-weekly basis, and that's available on podcast services, so you can check us out on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, all the other podcast services. Had a complete brain fart then. Didn't know what I was, didn't know which podcast service I was mentioned there. And also as well, obviously, StrangeCast is available on YouTube as well, with the video version as well. And also hosted another series called Life After Strange, which people enjoy, where we speak to actors from Life is Strange, from past, present, hopefully future if we see more games. But that's just currently on a little bit of a hiatus because we're still trying to organize guests, and I'll kind of share more details on that project going forward. But as I said, we got a lot of content here as well, so if you are new here and you do like our content, do consider subscribing. I won't give you any algorithm spiel because I don't think that's any useful. I'd rather you just subscribe because you like our content and you can kind of keep up to date with us. With that all said, let's talk about this news. So I was going to do an immediate reaction video last night on Wednesday, but I was working, and then it got really late. I didn't have enough time to turn over the video and record and get everything done. So I thought, you know what, we'll do it now, and I'll get it out today on Thursday, the 9th of February. Hopefully it comes out today. And then obviously we record StrangeCast later this week, me and Adam, and then we'll try and get it out next week, our full conversation on this news. But as I said, not to keep rambling on, last night, we got big news from Don't Nod. It was an announcement of one of their new games. Yes, indeed. I'm very excited for this. It looks very cool. So just for context as well, I'll try and put things here in the corner as well so you can kind of follow along with it. Don't Nod teased at the beginning of last month and at the beginning of the year that they've got quite a few plans ahead. We know that Banishes is coming from Don't Nod, which is a collaboration with Focus. But they've obviously got a lot of games in the pipeline. We don't know how many are coming. We don't know what we're going to see this year. They kind of confirmed, and I'll put my tweet here, which was, Don't Nod has confirmed Banishes, Ghosts of New Eden isn't the only title it will release in 2023. We might even see 2 more of them, considering the Don't Nod logos that flashed in the teaser video, up in the teaser video. Again, the tweet will show you which teaser video logos I'm referring to. Don't Nod announced this much earlier than I initially expected. So that was my tweet that I put last month, and it was, you know, as I said, there's 2 logos there, as you'll see. One of them's like a futuristic sci-fi, you know, esque title kind of thing. It looked like that when we were obviously talking about it. And then a rock one, which is done by Edward Kaplan, who worked on the Life is Strange games. Very excited for that one, obviously, as well. But we got the first one, which is the futuristically sci-fi esque game that I thought, and we kind of like almost like hypothesized and like had theories about it potentially being set in, you know, space and kind of like, you know, etc. It was one of the games that me and Adam had referred to as Tell Me Why 2, because we thought every game looked like Tell Me Why 2 potentially there. But no, we have an official announcement. So this was announced at the Nintendo Direct last night on the 9th of February. Harmony, the Fall of Reverie. Reverie? Oh God, I hope I got that right. We're going to call it Harmony from now on before someone calls me out. So Harmony was announced at Nintendo Direct last night. So I'm just going to the Don't Nod website for their press release. They put, we're excited to reveal Harmony, the Fall of Reverie. Reverie? Let's go with that. Our brand new narrative experience at the Nintendo Direct. The game will be released in June 2023 on Nintendo Switch, PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X/S. you can see the revealed teaser here. So obviously, first confirmation is that this is a current gen game only. No previous gen, no Xbox no Xbox One, no PS4. We are talking about purely specifically for next or current gen consoles. I hate when people keep calling them next gen consoles. They're current gen. For the current generation of consoles. I think in itself, to kind of kick things off here, just off that, is that I expect this now to be the trend. I don't know if Don't is really going to make games for the previous generation of systems, even the Montreal game, for example. If they're going forward with this kind of approach, I think that they will probably just go with the current gen consoles. And I'm surprised with that, because I thought with Don't, I thought they might want to try and maximize all their revenue streams with different consoles, because obviously people are still trying to buy PS5s and Xboxes, upgrading to the new Xbox system. So a little bit surprised, but nonetheless, we have confirmation that it's going to be a current gen game only. Nice to see it on Nintendo Switch as well. Obviously, this game feels like it's built for Nintendo Switch as well, just like in a graphical sense, in a kind of like storytelling kind of sense. And I think for Don't as well, my personal opinion, I think that they should really tap into the Switch market, because I think that their narrative games are like kind of, for me, catered towards that kind of like platform, especially what I kind of see and expect Nintendo fans and consumers to be. So really good news for that. So we'll continue on the press release. There's a trailer there, and we'll talk about the trailer in a little bit. That's my cat joining us as well, just for anyone who's new here. So they wrote in the press release, Harmony is a story-driven game unique in its narration and style, where you will be transported to the near future and a universe that is vibrant and wondrous. You'll play Polly, a young woman who returns home after a few years abroad to search for her missing mother. She discovers that MK, a mega corporation, is using its power to control the population of the Mediterranean city of Alma. She quickly realizes that she has a gift of clairvoyance that connects her to another world, Reverie. It's really going to push me in that. Where the aspirations of humanity live glory, bliss, powerful, chaos, bond, and truth. In Reverie, Polly becomes Harmony, a goddess who has the power to choose the aspiration that will ultimately rule. Apologies as well, I've just woken up, so if you're wondering why I'm a bit slow, it's just start of a long day. There is a delicate balance between our world and Reverie that grows more precarious, and an apocalypse looms if the scales are tipped any further. But when the link between the two worlds is strong, Reverie has a big influence on the state of our world. It is up to you, as Harmony and Polly, to restore balance between the aspirations world and ours. Yeah, I'm just double checking that I got aspirations right. Just humanity is at stake. To which destiny do you aspire? And also a link to the Steam page where you can wishlist it. And also just again at the bottom saying that it's being released on these consoles with a June 2023 release window. So no exact release date for the time being. That's kind of like, I expect that maybe the game does get pushed back. I think people will kind of see this year. There's kind of like, I've always spoken about this, like social, economic and other factors. Recession will start hitting the video game industry. I've seen layoffs massively at 343, and we just can't guarantee certain release windows and dates in this year. I think it just anything could happen, but it seems like June is going to be the window, maybe late June, if anything. And then obviously Banishes is kind of aimed for 2023 late window in the later of the year. So this is exciting. Obviously, as I said, a trailer, and it looks gorgeous. The artwork, I would highly recommend you go and check it out. Obviously on Don't Know's channel. In itself, the artwork feels a bit different. This just feels like a completely different game. It's like, I've always kind of said this on StrangeCast, like, we haven't seen a Don't Nod game in 3 years now. So we're on the third year that we haven't seen a Don't Nod game. Last game was Twin Mirror. It was self-published by Don't Nod. And that game didn't sell commercially as well as Don't Nod wanted. It was their first true venture into self-publishing. Obviously, now you see them position themselves as a French developer with publishing arm and really pushing the publishing arm. Obviously, if we're going to work off of the metrics of what we know, Oscar Gilbert has said that, the Focus Interactive Entertainment Focus title that they're doing for Banishes is in collaboration with another publisher, but the rest of the games that they have in the pipeline are all self-published, so they retain the IP. This very much feels like this is their own IP, so that's a nice one that they can, if it turns into another sleeper hit like Life is Strange, hey-ho. sequels galore, and it could have a really, you know, great benefit for the studio. And yeah, I'm excited for what I've seen so far. It's hit all the beats. You know, as I've said before, I've always spoken openly. I'm very selective about what games I buy now, but this like hits the beats for me, like especially for narrative term wise. It seems like fully focused on it. But yeah, very exciting, very exciting. But yeah, on the trailer, like I rewatched it again just for this video, and I really like the kind of like the art style. It feels really distinct. I've always kind of been a fan. I can always mention it recently, but Oxenfree is kind of one of the games that's kind of been etched in my mind recently for its own distinct artwork. And same with like Valiant Hearts from Ubisoft. I like those kind of games and like how they kind of present themselves visually, and then also the way that they tell their stories. Harmony seems to be giving me that kind of vibe where I think it's going to be fully focused on the story-driven element. I really like Polly. Polly looks like a cool character joining the female, you know, cast of characters that Don't Nod is making. You know, maybe we have a Max, another Max in terms of success. But no, in itself, like I'm very happy for them. And as I said, I don't really want to go completely into huge discussions because Adam will have a lot to say about it in itself. If any of you follow me, and you can follow me on Twitter, which is at AdnanRiaz9, Adam was tweeting at me, and then obviously, you know, how great Twitter's running at the minute under Elon Musk. It wasn't even sending messages from him. So he started adding me on Facebook and then following me on Instagram. And I saw the notifications on my phone. I was like, why is Adam doing all this? He's like, he doesn't use these platforms at all. And he's like, dude, I was trying to send you loads of messages to try and get your, you know, to see that this has actually been broken. I was like, oh no. I knew I should have like checked that. But back on track as well. Harmony looks really great. Trailer's very short. No gameplay. We just have a story here, like that we have like just a quick reveal trailer announcement with a release date. So no gameplay of it yet. Branching dialogues seem to be kind of the go to. I think it'll very much have similar beats to Life is Strange. I'm very excited because what we've seen so far from the pipeline of Don't Nod seems to be the kind of games that I'm really geared towards. Like, as I said, I've really loved Life is Strange 1 and 2. Like, that's the kind of games I want Don't Nod to spend more time making as well. Not the exact same, not carbon copies. I want the developers to be original, but I want them to kind of make those games that are, as they've always spoken about, Don't Nod, even with the rebranding and like their position as a developer. It's like we have story-driven focus at the center of our studio. And I think people have asked me before about like, you know, Montreal's game. Like, do I think it's going to be really story heavy focused and like what's going to be like? Obviously, we don't know much about it yet, but I expect it to be, if this is any indication of Harmony, I think Montreal's game is going to be like this, but like 10 times on the story element. So I wouldn't worry about that. So very excited nonetheless. And we will jump here, as I did last time. I'll show you some reactions from some of the developers that I've spoken about in Twitter to kind of give you a bit of extra insight about it. Just one more thing as well on here, I just remembered as well, we have a soundtrack from Lena Raine. I'm not very familiar with Lena Raine, but people are very happy about it. I'll probably come back and address this in a jump cut later on in the video. But at this point, I'll take you through some of the developers' reactions. So kicking things off, we're going to go with Yannick Tassin. I hope I pronounce all these names wrong. I'm so sorry. I apologize if anyone hears these. Who is the audio lead on Harmony, has also worked previously with Don't Nod on Life is Strange, Vampire, Captain Spirit, and Life is Strange 2. So obviously a very impressive resume in itself. Just tweeted simply, oh, hey, we are doing this. So one developer there. Speaking of Lena Raine, as I just said before, she's popped up in the tweets as well. So she's tweeted here, I'm so excited to be composing the dynamic, synth-driven score to Harmony, the Fall of Reverie. That's right, Nintendo voiceover guy. Don't get the reference? Maybe it's just me. Whatever. Been hard at work on this for a while now, and it's been around the corner. Can't wait for you to meet all the lovely characters. So again, very exciting. Tweets are all popping up in the corner. And also, just to quickly check as well, I checked up on Lena Raine, and for people who aren't familiar, best known for her works on Celeste, Minecraft, and Guild Wars 2. So excited nonetheless. As again, I'll probably get Adam's perspective on this. He is a composer, he loves music, so I will definitely be sharing more about this with him mainly. So moving on, we got Arnaud, who follows me on Twitter. I hope you're watching this, and if you do manage to watch this, hello. Worked on previously Tell Me Why, is head of production at Don't Nod Entertainment. Also tweeted as well saying, here it is, we just announced our second game to be released in 2023, Harmony. Quite different from everything we've done so far. We are super excited to finally share it with you people. What do you think? So again, I said, like with Arnold said as well, it's very different from what they've done. Like if you just put into the wheelhouse of games that they've done, Vampire, Life is Strange 2, just a teaser image of the Montreal project, and then Twin Mirror, you know, all these games, they seem quite different. Banishes, like they seem quite different. They seem quite similar and then a bit different. This one just seems quite different in terms of style. But again, I think the fundamental with Don't Nod has always been a narrative game at its heart. And I've seen people already tweeting saying that they think, "Oh, Life is Strange" S vibes and stuff. So I think no matter what kind of direction they go in, and even if it's bold and different and whatever, I still think that they retain the philosophy of like a story-driven game at the heart. So that's Arnaud's reaction. We'll move on to the next one. So we have Gregor. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Again, apologies for pronunciations for anyone who actually manages to watch this. Environment artist at Don't Nod Entertainment tweeted saying, after the announcement of Banishes, here is finally Harmony. I spent 1.5 years on the development of this game with really talented people. Really happy to finally talk about it. So there we go. More of this will keep coming as we've spoken about before. I've always said go and follow these people on Twitter. You know, Don't Nod developers are always nice. They've always been nice to me. I will probably sign off Twitter if Don't Nod ever follow me on Twitter, their main account. You know, fingers crossed that happens one day. But as I said, you know, go and follow them. Try and give them as much exposure to all the developers who work there. Moving on to Thomas, who previously worked on Life is Strange 1, 2, and Captain Spirit, environment artist at Don't Nod, tweeted saying, I worked on this game. Can't wait for you to discover it. So proud and honored to watch its reveal at Nintendo Direct. So there, again, very exciting. It's very interesting to see how people, all the developers are saying, I worked on this, I worked on that. It's kind of obviously suggesting that, you know, it's a big developer. I think it was like last count was like 200 employees potentially. And it's like they're obviously moving between different projects or working in collaboration. And if you are interested as well, do listen to our interview that we do with Alejandro Arque, who worked on every Life is Strange game in the series, worked for Square Enix. And it's quite interesting to hear his collaboration because he was always constantly moving from, you know, project to project whilst they're all in development. So as I said, it's more than one hand necessary working on a project. But there's another reaction. We'll move on to the next one as well here. Now we have Siam on Twitter, production director at Savage Level, so no longer works at Don't Nod, previously producer at Don't Nod, tweeted, I am so frigging glad of this game being announced, OMG. I worked on Harmony for some time before parting ways with Don't Nod. I'm so proud of my friends and ex-colleagues. So obviously, again, like, you know, more time you spend in this industry, you find out people stay on projects, sometimes they leave during projects. They work on them for a while. And the main focus is always for people to get credited on their work, because this is a big thing that I learned as well, which is that some developers don't seem to get credited on projects, despite the fact that they can work even a couple of months, years, and they're not including the credits. And I know that Life is Strange team has previously spoken about how like, the freelancers got credited on the project, so they wanted to make sure everyone got recognition for the work that they did. So again, we have another developer there, someone who isn't with Don't Nod anymore, but has worked on this project. Okay, we have Gabin tweeting as well here, narrative designer, working with Don't Nod on Harmony. And they said, for 1.5 years, that's what I've been working on at Don't Nod. I've done so many things on this game. It's surreal to see it announced in a Nintendo Direct. Congrats on all the team. And here's a new trailer. So again, very excited for people just to see their work getting announced. So we're going to get a couple more in before we sign off here. As I said, there's a lot of tweets. There's a lot of Don't Nod developers. Go and search for them. Follow them. I follow a lot of them, and I follow more every single day that more projects are announced. But obviously, I feel like we cannot do a video on this channel without mentioning the gaffer of Don't Nod Montreal himself, one of them at least, studio creative director, game director at Don't Nod Montreal, Michel Koch. Everyone knows him. He worked on Life is Strange 1 and 2 as a co-director with Raoul Barbet. Also tweeted just his congratulations. Such a cool trailer, he said. Congrats to the Harmony team. So as I said, like, it's a very exciting time for all Don't Nod teams, whether in France or Canada. And then I'm going to move straight onto this. I didn't even need to cut for this because they're quite close. We have none other than the main gaffer of Don't Nod himself, Oscar Gilbert, who tweeted, very happy to reveal our new game and very proud once again of the excellent work of the Don't Nod teams. Thank you. So as we said, we've seen the engine kind of rolling with Don't Nod this year. So very exciting. And then I'm going to go to one last one, which is from Twitter user Melina, I'm going to say, tweeting, first game I worked on at Don't Nod Entertainment, best team ever. I learned so much from them, and they're so kind and amazing. Can't wait for everyone to play it. As I said, there's a lot of developers here. I'm not going to go through everyone because, as I said, we'll kind of like focus more on the conversation in StrangeCast. But nonetheless, really like Harmony. Love the visual style, very graphic novel-esque / all those other games that I mentioned before. Feels distinct, feels different. And, you know, let me know your reactions in the comments. What do you think of this project? Because as I said, like the first thing I took away from it is it feels very different. I didn't expect it to be a Don't Nod game. It just looked very different. But then I think like it's very reflective of their ethos, as I've spoken about recently with, as I said, about the rebranding, even the games that they published externally from Porter Play and, you know, the other collaborations they have. So it's an exciting time for Don't Nod. It seems different directions. And I think like the main focus here is that as a studio, you have to evolve. You can keep the core fundamental of like a narrative experience at the core of your games, but you do need to evolve because you can't just keep doing the same thing every single time. We saw what happened to Telltale. There was a huge demise there before they were reformed and kind of like brought back to life. But it's important for Don't Nod to kind of switch gears a little bit and kind of give new direction on in the way the studio goes, and also kind of like fund some of these really creative projects. And I think this will be a one to watch for me personally for 2023. As I said before, I've always openly spoke about Life is Strange, and I did think it was a sleeper hit of 2015. Like, you know, this could be a big hitter for Don't Nod, and we don't know what else the studio is going to do. I think we'll hear from Don't Nod again, even more so than these two games. I think we'll get more teasers from their other games that they're working on, and also potentially an announcement for at least one of them. I hope this prediction ages well. But anyway, as I said, I don't want to ramble too much. Stay tuned for the StrangeCast next week. It will be back. It will give you a full breakdown for this conversation. In the meantime, please do let me know your reactions to Harmony. Are you excited? What did you think? Do you agree with me? Do you think it's really different from all the other games they've made? Do you think I've just rambled for too much in this video? Let me know. I'm very open-minded to what you say. But I hope you enjoyed this video. As I said, I'm always grateful for people who watch these videos and also support the channel. We've seen a bigger subscriber count in the last couple of weeks. I think obviously more content coming and making people come back here. And I don't want to just be a quantity thing where I'm putting loads of videos out for the sake of it. I'm holding out for kind of these kind of announcements where I make these reaction videos. Then you have StrangeCast. Potentially StrangeCast might change in terms of I might even try and make it weekly with Adam. Not too sure yet, but I'm thinking about if we can get more content on the channel, it makes people feel more happy about coming back and enjoying our content. We have a very lovely little community here of people who I'm forever grateful towards, who come and support this channel and help build it and help make it better and better. And hopefully this year sees a bigger, evolution for the channel in terms of just, a better, even better quality that I can bring to you. Then I'm happy. But nonetheless, as I said before, stay tuned for StrangeCast. If you are new here, you can find that on podcast services. It's on everything. There's a video version on Spotify, audio versions on iTunes, on Apple Podcasts, on Amazon, everything you can access it on. And it also is available here directly on YouTube. It's a 2-week bi-weekly podcast episode that you'll get from us about Life is Strange, Don't Nod, Deck 9, Square Enix. Very, very good stuff for me, especially. I really enjoy recording, obviously, with Adam and with my co-host as well, as Adam Evolve. So do check that out. We have loads of other interviews on here from a lot of Life is Strange people, from people who have been developers to actors. So do check that out. There's a backlog of stuff there. But in the meantime, as I said, leave me your thoughts in the comments. I'd like to hear what you guys think. Until then, stay tuned for StrangeCast, and then you'll find out our full reactions about Harmony. Until then, see you later, guys.